So Denis Mammadov has left us for Belgium. I saw an opportunity to cut some wages and teams wanted him. I said yes, and he's gone for free to, well, Capellan. He's doing well there, but at least we got something out of this, I suppose. Hello. Welcome everyone to JLAB TV. I'm JLAB and this is Football Manager 2021, the Youth Academy Challenge, and we're looking very good at the moment, I feel. Yes, we've may have lost one of our more experienced players in Denis Mammadov, but he was not being used a lot, and I'll just show you what I mean. I only used him 13 times. I only started him 4 times out of the 13 times as well. So he barely started. He only came on the bench once. And if you look at his stats, average rating, he was a bit disastrous, honestly. He's been a bit dire as of late. And in the first season, he wasn't great for us either. So I kind of felt like I had to do something. And I felt that we could save money. We were paying him about 750. This team's paying him 1.3 grand. So if anything, he's benefited as well. And has already got 3 goals in the first 5 matches for his new team in Belgium. So, gotta say, they're probably benefiting more than we are. But there you go. He's their best player right now. He's the only player that's really listed in their side. Everyone else is grayed out. But this is a team that can definitely benefit from him. And I wanted to look at this because I was looking at transfers as well. We have one more player that is out on loan as well, and his name is Oristi Sakardi, and he was sent out on loan to San Marino Academy at the beginning of the season. He's actually developed a bit, and I feel like he's actually now one of our better defensive midfielders. He'll probably be third or fourth choice now for defensive midfielder, which is great. So when he comes back, we can probably slot him into the first team if we needed him to be there. He's not the best player by any stretch of imagination. He's only about Serie D level, but we're not going to get any further than that. And to be honest with you, I don't see us getting out of the 3rd tier anytime soon, so that's a thing. But we're February the 25th. We've had a few games since we last met. How have we been getting on since we've last met up? So the first game we had was at home to Arizo, and we took the lead thanks to Satur. In the 11th minute of the game, it was a very good goal for us, but we didn't stay in front for long. Catania had 3 bites of the cherry to take this goal, and he equalises for the team that are local rivals. But very late on, in the 85th minute of the game, we get the winner. Danelli finds McNanny, and McNanny gets himself on the score sheet to ensure we win against our fierce rivals. And I gotta say, we're very, very good. And I say very good, we probably took our chances more than they did. They had an XG of 1.23, with an XG of 0.61, and we won it. And it was 2 substitutes that helped us win. Now, Roberto Danelli is not a regen, he's actually a real player. And I'm going to give him a new contract because he's actually been useful to us. And he's absolutely been very much someone we've needed this year. We're going to give him a new contract now. But he was very good as he came off from the bench to get the assist, to get McNanny the winning goal. And McNanny, again, as someone we can keep a new contract to, he's been useful as well from the bench. Is he the best player? No. But he's someone that we've been using quite a few times. And when we've had the opportunity to do so, he's been very productive. Gabriel Nunes and Laneri were also pretty good in this game. So we then went away to Femena, and we don't know how to beat this team, but that's fine because we didn't lose. Gabriel Nunes again was great, and Laneri is also pretty good in this game, so we did ourselves justice in this match. And even our strikers who didn't get a goal did themselves justice. We were probably the better team. We had 9 shots to their 5, 6 on target to their 2, an XG of 0.72 to 0.61. And we definitely did ourselves justice in this game. And I feel that by being the better team, yes, we could have won it, but I'm not as upset as I could have been because we got a point that is very valuable in this moment in time. And we've gone 3 games unbeaten at this point. So can we build on this? Yes, we can build on this, because we went behind against Portadere and we still managed to win. For the first time this season, we've gone behind Di Nipoti with the opening goal, but we get ourselves back in the game. Mazza with that delivery to find Bani, who scores this goal to make it 1-1 in the 40th of the game. We then take the lead in the 65th minute of the game. Yes, we get a bit lucky here that Forte does that short shot, but that is a very good shot. And getting top corner was magnificent. And then Makura, on his debut for the club, finds Rokas, and Rokas scores without effort to make it 3-1 to ensure we get all 3 points against a team that is flying very high in the league. And we've got to say, the result probably flattered us a little bit, because we had an XG of 0.64, sorry, and they had an XG of 1.58, and we still managed to beat them by 3-1. It was very, very promising that we can go that far and do this well. Gabriel Nunes, again, was magnificent, and for me, he's probably been our best player this season. He was our best player last year, and he's suddenly turning up and becoming a magnificent player again for us. Could we build on this result? Yes and no. We didn't win, but we didn't lose either, and we were very lucky not to have lost in this game. An XG of 0.21, 3 shots to their 15, and Vertebrese would be wondering how on earth they didn't win, and look who's been brilliant again. Gabriel Nunes has become my favourite player in the save because he is so useful in that position. I'm very happy we've got him here now. And I realise now that we should have been using Nunes a lot earlier this season, and he's been our star player this year. But another point away from home, a very good point indeed. We then took on Rimini in the league and we lost for the first time in 5 matches. We had a 5-game unbeaten one before this game, and Rimoli with the opening goal to give Rimini the lead, and then this free kick. It was very questionable for the goalkeeper, I will say this, but we did get a goal back. Torigi finds Satur, and he plays in the middle. Rokas gets his head to this to make it 2-1 in the 70th minute. It wasn't enough to get us a share of the spoils, but we weren't good enough on the day. They had an XG of 1.42, we had an XG of 0.22, and before that goal, we were barely in it anyway. But again, Nunes was our best player with a 7.1 rating, despite the fact we weren't at our best defensively. He was running the show, if anything, as a halfback, and the halfback position seems to suit him very nicely. Our last game was away from home against Trestini, and there's only 8 shots in this game. They had an XG of 0.61, we had an XG of 0.24. Our midfield trio was magnificent in this game, and Gabriel Nunes, I'm just going to sing his praises. This guy is my best player in defensive midfield, and you wouldn't think he's the perfect halfback, but for some reason he's been great. I think it's his strength that really helps us. But his strength is 16. I don't know what it is, but he just seems to do very well when we need him to be our best player. And this guy, he gets paid £850 a week, but he pulls out the best performances for the team week in and week out. And I feel this guy has been the reason why we have recovered as well as we have done in the last couple of seasons. While we had such a strong start at the beginning of this year, and while we're now having this good run of form in the middle of the season. But talking about this run of form in the middle of the season, where are we in the league table now? So we're currently in 13th place, which sounds very lofty considering where we were, but we're only 2 points away from the relegation playoffs. Though that being said, we're 4 points clear of 17th place, which is where we are trying to avoid being, because Bra are so far behind. They're literally 14 points off San Benedeste, who are in 16th right now. And as long as that gap continues to be the case, 16th will not be in the playoff this year. 17th and 18th, however, no points between them both. That's going to be a playoff one way or the other. So Bra and Rieti, who actually won their first game this season as well, beating Aquila Montevarchi by 4-1, they're both going down. Bra and Rieti are going down as things stand, and be a playoff between Fano and Aquila Montevarchi. So yeah, not great for them. We're 9 points away from the top half of the table. We could be doing better, we could be doing worse, But that's fine. We are going to be playing a game against Vespasaro, who I'm third. And that's what we're going to be doing once we get to that fixture. But I wanted to have a little talk and just discuss how we've been getting on since we last met, because it's been a productive run of form, and the fact we're now not in the relegation playoff and actually in 13th place, our highest position since, well, last season. Honestly, it says a lot. So I'll get to the fixture and I'll see you when we get there. Okay, we are here, and I'm actually going to show you one more thing before we talk about, or before we go forward for the match, and that is Mazza. Now, Mazza doesn't seem like he's getting better. Actually, I'm just going to say he's become great this year. Honestly, he's been my favorite player to watch develop because he is developing so well. And I'm honestly getting to the point that I think I'm going to lose him. I gave him a new contract, but this guy has developed in the last 2 seasons. We only had him. He only came from our youth intake 2 years ago, and he's already becoming this good. He's already improved this much in a lot of areas, and for me, he is exciting because he is the playmaker we have been looking for, we needed. And he feels that the league position we are currently in has to do with my influence. Oh, that's great. Yeah, essentially, this guy's got 57 appearances. He's actually got 3 assists this year, so he's actually improved in that regard and has got a player of the match performance. So, he's good. I gave him a new contract. They'll keep him at the club until 2027. He's the longest on this list for contracts at the moment. He's not wanted by anyone, but okay, that's anything I was concerned about. I genuinely was thinking that he was going to be leaving. We've actually dropped Agnello, and he's actually not getting any better, so he's aging a bit. We need more central midfielders and soon, which is great if the youth intake is going to give us that. But we've also brought in some young talents. Now, remember Scarpato? He's now been called up. We literally got recommended to bring him into the first team. Is he the best at striking? No. Is he a good winger? Yes. And if we need to, we can play a winger. This guy's a pressing forward first and foremost, but if we needed to, we can play him as a target man on support or deep line playmaker on attack. I wouldn't say on support, but yeah, this guy could be good at deep line playmaker on attack for his age. He needs to improve, yes. He's not the best in his areas, yes. But if he can get the game time we need him to, that'd be great. He needs to get his strength up as well. Makura, I mentioned last time, got an assist in his debut for us from the bench. He's only had 1 more appearance. He's been injured since then, so he's not been great in that regard. But Campanotti's also been brought into the first team, and I think he's got a lot of potential. Yes, he's more of a winger, but he can also play as a striker too if we need him to. And deep line playmaker on support. And I wouldn't say target man, but deep line playmaker on support. Deep line forward, I should say, on support. He's decent at that, and I think he could be very useful in that regard. He's got, apart from the finishing and the strength, he's got the stats I'm looking for a 17-year-old anyway. But either way, we've got a lot of young talent come through. We've got a lot of potential here, and I'm excited to see where we can go with this. So, can we do well? I don't know, but we're taking on the team that's in 3rd place. We're the home side, and I think we can do a lot of damage here. This formation that I've gone back to is working wonders again, and I love it because it's 3 strikers up front, and it makes us look very dangerous. And we want revenge, so can we get revenge, please? I'm also going to tell the players that I have faith that they can make a difference. That's also working too, and if we can do that, then we can do that. Gabriel with the corner. It's a decent looking one, but it's been headed away, and Tariq is going to get to this. He's actually declined a little bit, Tariq, unfortunately, so I'm concerned that we're going to have to replace him sooner or later. Here's Gabriel, Tariq, Gabriel again. Mazza, Tabani, and Tariq out wide to Satur. And look at this passing play. It's great. It's really looking attractive here. And there we can play this in the middle if he can get his head up. He does play it across to Bani. To Martino, goes for goal. That's a good save from Antonio. Oh, I gotta say, I was expecting Bani to go for goal, but he didn't. And it's not the end of the world. We still an effort. And we can do more damage here. Bani takes it and it's been headed away. So both my midfielders, one of my midfielders and my defensive midfielder are taking corners. It's a bit concerning that's the case actually, but I'm not going to complain either. It seems to be working wonders for us. They got a corner. I've also realised They're playing a very narrow 4-3-3 as well, like we are. And we've got the ball here, and we can race forward. Satur, oh, that's a bit heavy. If that ball was not as heavy as it was, that could have been very, very useful, but it was a bit too much. We gotta get the ball back, though. We get it back. Here's Mazur. Or Mazar, sorry. Satur. And that's a good ball to Leneri. Work the ball with space. Here we go. Can we do something with this? Leneri plays across. Rokas gets to his Antonino. It's Antonio, not Antonio. He gets his hands to it, and he's cleared it forward, and Caminetti's headed away. It's not the best header, really. He could have done better with this. And there's an opportunity now for them. And good defending in the end from Caminetti. He's got the ball. He's blocked it twice. He's going to play in the middle, though. And now Forte can get out for throw. Okay, there it's her. I should have taken him off, but he's playing in the middle. And Forte has just scored. I don't know how he's got this in, but he has. I thought this was a shot, honestly, from Rokas, so this is a bit surprising. But Mazza finds Leneri. Leneri plays across. That's actually been flicked on. And Forte's got there first, and he somehow got a piss past the keeper. That is ridiculous. We've got a throw. Makura's come on for Ricardo because he's actually injured. But here we go, Mazza. Makura has done well before. Here's Bani. Martina plays across. Sator, surely. Oh, he's put it wide. Should have got down target. Nadoza on the ball. Finds Bani. What can he do in this situation? He's played out wide to Ricardo, who actually play on the right and left-hand side because he can play there. Despite everything, he's played into Agnello, who's found Rokas, and he's offside. Okay, so that would have been a very good goal. But he was offside. How much by, I wonder? Because he seems like... Okay, I know why he's offside. Because he's literally not expected the ball to come as quickly as it has. But that's a good goal otherwise. We need to hold on. Here's Bani. Agnello. Finds Scarbato, who's actually making his debut. Now Makura. So many of my players that come from my youth intakes are coming onto the pitch now. But they get the ball forward and look at this. Oh, don't do this. No, don't concede now. Oh, they've hit the bar. Okay. But we have survived. We've got all 3 points against a team that was in 3rd place before we faced them. That is a very good result. Gonna tell them that that they had done well to prove everyone wrong for writing us off. And look at this again. Gabriel Nunes, a 7.6 rating. Wasn't the player of the match this time. Wasn't the best player on the pitch for us. But my goodness, has his influence been felt. We're now 5 points clear of the relegation playoffs. We have Aquila Montevarchi next. And I won't be showing that game because I am hoping to be back by the time the next youth intake comes around. That is the aim now. And I'm excited because so much can happen. And we don't know if our youth intake is going to be good or terrible. But I'll be back when the youth intake arrives. And I look forward to it. But anyway, until then, I hope you guys have had a good one. I hope you guys will like and share this video. And that you'll subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot. And that anyway, until next time, goodbye and good night.